Pops have gone down in successive races. Crystal Pier goes up, loaded into its stall, red light going on. The babies are right, the gates spring, they're off and racing. First to get going is actually Just a Pinch, began very quickly from Spice Delight, and also coming away running from the outside is Neurologic, but won't get to the pace. Over on the outside, Sam Syrian trapped deep early on. Rebel Tail getting back into the field. Crystal Pier. How's the Serenity dropping right back into the second half? Over on the inside, I'm a Bush Chook, and back last of all racing a little ungainly. There is American Grin. So by the 500 they head, and Just a Pinch has fired through for Carberry, coming up to the home corner and led the way 3/4. Spice Delight running second, a length and a half. Rebel Tail, who's getting a nice toe into the race, being followed then wider out by Sam Syrian covering ground. Here comes How's the Serenity down the outside with its run. They come to the 250. Just a Pinch and Spice Delight. Here comes How's the Serenity, starting to buzz home down the outside. Spice Delight, Just a Pinch and How's Serenity. Just a Pinch fighting. Spice Delight, How's Serenity. They'll hit the line, and oh, it's a tight go. Kicking back on the rails, Just a Pinch, I thought might have just got the bob in a three-way photo. Possibly. Just a Pinch from Spice Delight and How's the Serenity over on the outside. And they were followed then, gee, there's a run on the outside by American Grin after getting right back. Then came I'm a Bush Chook behind them. Rebel Tail followed further back Sam Syrian, who'd covered ground. It had weakened. And then came Crystal Pier. Neurologic had pulled up a furlong behind them. Might have just pinched this, the 8. Might have just 8. There it is, Just a Pinch. 8, Just a Pinch has won it. 9 second, Spice Delight. 7, How's the Serenity. On the outside, third. 4th, American Grin. What a run. Might have copped a bit of a squeeze early on, forced it back to the rear, came to the outside and has pelted home. Big effort. 8, 9, 7, 2. Just a Pinch, though, was able to lead, absorb the pressure from Spice Delight. The run of How's the Serenity after being trapped wide went back and around them very good. Margins a short head, a half ahead, 59.93 and 34.94 the closing sectional. Just a Pinch, trained by Sean Casey. Pat Carberry there, the gingerbread man, Mireille filly for Wally and George Daly. Always good to see the brothers Daly with the winner, and they've done this with the debutante, the half to their other handy performer in Fairview, which has won about 120 odd grand to date. Just a Pinch does it here at its first outing. Spice Delight strong as well by Gingerbread Man from Miss Leckie, the half to the good mare in Ms Leckie, Martin Allen, Craig Staples. How's the Serenity is by Magnus from Sweet Serenity, Simon Miller, Chris Parnham, and American Grin, the eye catcher, the Black Booker, right behind them. After the running of race number 3. Race 4, the Tab Touch Punters Club handicap at 244. It's over 1600. No changes there to the next on the card. We'll be down with Scott Embry in just a couple of moments after the victory of Just a Pinch, who's going to pay $4.60 and $1.50. $2.60 Spice Delight, and How's the Serenity $1.40. Very impressed though with the effort of American Grin, the All-American colt. I'm not quite sure what happened after the start there, but Noski had to take hold. He just got off balanced and he wanted to wobble around there after getting back, and he's taken off around them, circled the field, and I don't think there were too many going home better than American Grin late in the race, and he had conceded them a pretty decent old head start. Well, let's go down to the yard. Scotty Embry is about to join us as well after this victory of the newcomer Just a Pinch, who'd schooled well in a trial. He did that as well back there in the spring and early summer, and he's come up trumps here at his first career run this afternoon. Scotty.
Certainly has, Darren. She looked very professional at the trials. Sean, going into the race, what was your expectation?
We know she's got ability. Actually, Peter Nucky's done a lot of the early work on the horse before he hurt himself, and he stamped it the first time he gave it a breeze up, and so he's never usually wrong. So we didn't know that she had ability, but being new in this sort of field, we were just fingers crossed.
When Martin Allen's filly and also Simon started to loom up alongside, were you getting a little bit nervous? Were you expecting that she could fight?
Yeah, well, thinking, like I say, because she's so new and she was hightailing it down the back, so she set a good clip, and for those to be able to have the drop and her to fight back the way she did, it was, I was very happy.
How many more runs will you give her this preparation?
Well, she's nominated for the Karrakatta, so we'll just, you know, we'll just monitor her day by day, and hopefully she can be another one in the chamber for the Karrakatta.
Do you think in a little bit of time, with a little bit more experience, she's one that you could ride, maybe not having to lead?
Well, she's half-sister to Fairview, but she's, you know, like a forward-going horse. So, yeah, I suppose it's good that you can be in the forward pocket, but I don't think she has to be an out-and-out front runner.
And how's Laverod?
Yeah, he's pulled up awesome, really good. And another thing with George Daly, with this George Bolly's brother, he's does all the breeding, and we're thinking of him in hospital.
Yeah, absolutely we are. Well done, Sean, and enjoy the win. It's worth more than just the prize money.
Yep, thank you.
There's Sean Casey with the win here on debut of his filly. Patrick Carberry is going to join us once he weighs in. I'm sure there were a couple of nervous moments, but Patrick Carberry back to hands and heels. It's a very, very good sight there. It's a rare sight, but it was very, very effective today, Macca. This filly looked like she was the consummate professional at the trials. She jumped out and she was very, very good today. She found the front, she copped the pressure, she absorbed the pressure, and she was there for the beating in the home straight, but she manages to fight back 8, 9, 7 and 2 in 59.93. Just a pinch on debut. The Gingerbread Man filly is your winner. Patrick Carberry weighing in, having a bit of a chat there with Chief Steward Brad Lewis, and then we'll grab him for a word. In the run, she looked as though she was travelling really nicely.
Yeah, she jumped away cleanly, as she has done in her trials. She's actually Peter Nucky's ride, but he's out injured at the moment. But yeah, she jumped really nice and settled well. I was able to work off the corner, and you know, she put got a bit of momentum going without actually using any gas. And I thought the second horse, well, Craig Sable's horse, I'm not sure if it ran second, but I thought it had me on toast at the 200. But I give her a few, but then the last bit I put the stick away and she seemed to really lift. So glad to get the result.
What about the rest of your day? Which is the best ride for you?
Just going around doing our best, mate. We've started off well, so hopefully we can continue on.
We're always Team Sean Casey, so hopefully let's go with Warfish. Good luck, Paddy.
Cheers, thanks.
There's Patrick Carberry with the win on debut of just a pinch, 8, 9, 7 and 2 after the 2-year-old race.